Hi guys, there is news from EASA and it's not even bad. What happened? You know that EASA came with a prototype protocol stuff, things, regulation about civil drones, that's how they call it. And they had 4 categories. There were a lot of consequences. If you want to know specifically about this, watch my other video about this. Link is in the description. They had an email address where everybody could respond and express their opinion about this prototype rules. Of course, I did this. I sent them like 10 emails, I guess. Every time I was like, oh yeah, wait a minute, about this. Oh yeah, about this. I send them an email. So they sent me an email back. And here it is. And it's an invitation to do a survey. So I guess they got a lot of responses and it's very chaotic for them to process everything. So now they're starting a survey. And here is this letter. Prototype rules, the EASA, the prototype rules published in August, to be published in the first quarter of 2007, is gathering evidence that could support the development of the impact assessment in line with the evidence-based policy principle. Impact assessment, this is not like the drone falls out of the air and how much impact will it then have. It's more like how much impact their prototype rules will have on the market, on manufacturers, on users, everybody. And they want to do this with an evidence-based policy, so they just don't want to do this like, let's say it will be like this. No, they want to hear my voice, but also your voice. I'll come to that. Do the survey on this URL. You have to give your name, but they will separate this from the information, so it will be confidential, and you have to do this before 31st of December. So I got this invitation and there's this URL and this is just open, it's not protected, or I don't have to log in or whatever. So I was like, is this just for me or can everybody do this? So I wrote them an email and I said, thank you for the invitation. I will surely do the survey. I have a question. Is the survey open to others? And can I ask them to join it? Or is this invitation only intended for me? And the answer was, thank you for your email. As regards your questions, please do not hesitate to forward the link to the survey to other interested stakeholders. And that is all of you. So you can do the survey. This is your chance to express your opinion. You can be part of a democratic process. We can start a petition or we can do whatever, but here they are just asking you, please let us know what kind of impact this prototype rules will have on you, on your life, on how you have your hobby, do your job, whatever. Whether you are a quad operator or an RC hobbyist, or you do this by profession, whether you like my videos or not, it doesn't even matter, right? This is your chance to express your opinion and let them know what you think about it. Okay, so I think we have to do this. So when we click on this link, the survey opens. There's a lot of blah blah, gathering evidence again, the questionnaire, it's your main chapter. Okay. If you have any questions, you can email them. So let's quickly go through this stuff. I'm not going to tell you what you have to answer. You have to do this by yourself, but just to make clear what everything is about. What country are you from? Give your name, an email address, but that they will skip that later. They ask this, so one person is not sending in 10 surveys. Main reason for this use, where do you fly? And then over here they ask you to fill in a list so that you can tell them what kind of machines you got. and you can upload it again. And then here's the important stuff. Do you consider that the prototype rules support the development of your activities? And explain this. Reduce administrative costs. Provide proportionate requirements to your business. Ensure a sufficient level of safety. And which percentage of current future activities with drones would fall under subcategory A0, 1, 2, or 3, or a specific category. And now what they do, there is model aircraft. I haven't seen that before. Let's look in. No, they're not talking about model aircraft in this first prototype rules. All right, so that is already a very important shift from what they made first, because they did not regard the difference between model aircraft and quadcopters, drones, right? And now they do. So all those people who were like angry, like, oh, you drone guys, you spoil it for us, because now they're gonna make these rules, and in the 70s and 80s we could just fly and it was no problem at all, and now there's this big problem. That's because these people did not know how to specify everything, but they kind of listened to us, and now there is this option. Do you own a model aircraft? All right, so that means you just have to make your voice heard to them, and that will have an impact. Are the open subcategories well defined in prototype rules? Well, this is your chance to say what you think of it. And then there is the light unmanned certificate. For the hobbyist, this is not so interesting. And then about training, do you think, what kind of training do you prefer? Do you think training is important? Do you think the following list of information is proportionate? And then they mention a lot of things. Just look at it and read it. And is self-training sufficient for practical training? And then a couple of general questions. The applicability about the time frame that they proposed. Please select one of the following. Keep it as mentioned, extend by additional 2 years. Oh, that will give us an extra 2 years. Not bad. Are you operating home-built models? And are you a model aircraft association operator? Oh, here it is again. Model aircraft association or operator. And then open comments. Okay, guys. Link to the survey is in the description. Please take your 5 or 10 minutes time to read it. Don't start scolding or use bad language. Just be specific and do this, and I think that's a good thing, and that's how we can change things for the better. Thank you for your attention and your cooperation. See you in the next video.